Welcome to a recording of the Home Circle, the inner circle of spirit radiance. Our spirit communicator Jim provides, at times, information he learns through talking to enlightened beings in the spirit world. We have called them spiritual messages. In this session, Jim is talking about what it feels like when you enter spirit world and living there. He also covers communication by telepathy, reincarnation, the mob, and compatibility between visitors to the circle and the medium.
Hi there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Having a bit of trouble tonight. By gee, they're all getting in the way. I got to get a whip out, I'll tell you.
Oh, no.
I got three of them in here. I shouldn't have done that, I suppose, because I told them to shut up and all talk at once.
Right.
Yeah, yes, you know.
They're excited.
You tell them and they start talking.
Yeah, no,
And poor old Jock's there, he's got his little cap on.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, yeah, he's all dressed up. He's got the tartans on tonight.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yeah, he's got the lot on. He looks like a true Scotsman.
The Mackenzie tartan.
Yeah, that's his name. He told you tonight, didn't he?
Yeah,
You've never known that before, have you?
I haven't, Jim. It was...
No, I didn't know either until he said that.
Oh, okay.
I've always just called him Jock.
Yeah, no.
Because to me, lovey, I mean, you know, every second Scotsman's called Jock anyway.
Yes,
And he comes out with Jock Mackenzie. I mean, gee, I'll tell you what. Yeah, he's a true Scotsman, all right, but this American fella's here. I don't know whether he's coming through or not, but I don't know if you heard it a bit in the voice.
A little bit, not a lot.
A bit of a southern sort of drawl there. He's from down south, somewhere in Carolina or somewhere he is, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that song, you know,
You brought it out.
Carolina.
Yeah, Al Jolson.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, sometimes the songs that you're playing on the recorder, you know, they want to come in and be a part of it.
Okay.
But anyway, he's here. I don't know if I'll let him through yet. But anyway, if he comes, he comes. And
Yeah.
I've got to make up my mind now.
Oh, Jim, no.
Because you see, he broke a rule.
Oh, goodness.
I have to get the whipping belt out. Oh, by gee, I'll tell you what, no lollipops for him tonight, lovey. He's looking all sheepish over there in the corner now, anyway.
You haven't upset
He thinks he's blown it. Yeah, no, we're not that hard. I'm just joking.
I know.
No, but you see, it's rather interesting for you maybe to understand, you know, that when the medium's in the deep trance condition, that, you know, like if they once they come into the confines of the area that I'm working in with the medium,
right,
and they, you know, like their thoughts can cut in, you see, and not so much their thoughts, but the intonation. There's a big word for me.
It is, yeah.
Put that up on the wall. You know, the sort of accent of their voice and so on. They start to think, you know, in the way they were when they were on the earth.
Yes.
And that sometimes can colour the communication, you see. It's hard to explain, but, you know, it's all a thought process that turns into vibrating your atmosphere with the medium's vocal cords, you see.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much, I sound pretty much, I think, like I was, you know, like when I was on the earth. And it wasn't that long ago, of course, you know, but I came over here in 1951, but... yeah, well, I suppose it's a long way to walk.
That's right,
A lot of time to walk, right, in 51, you know.
In our years, it's a long time, isn't it? Yeah.
Long time to do that, but, yeah, well, you know, I mean, I sound pretty much the same because, you know, I've learned to get good control of the medium.
Sure.
And that's a big part of the process, and it takes a little while, but, you know, I think I've got it pretty well down pat now.
Yeah, well...
And some of them, you know, like they find it a bit hard.
Yes.
You know, and they go all funny. They go all shy because I say to them, look, here's your big chance, right, you're hooked up, you're plugged in and all that stuff. Now think of something to say.
Yeah.
You know, and you see them thinking there and you say, well, go on, say something. And, you know, they say hello.
It's such a big thing for them, isn't it, really?
Oh, well, it is. And then they go all funny, they go all shy. And they come along with all these things they want to say, and half the time they only get a bit of it out, and some of them lose it, you know.
That's a shame.
But it's a natural thing, I suppose, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand you.
Mainly if they can relax their mind, you know, it works a lot better for them.
Sure.
And, you know, they've just got to try and relax their mind, and it flows through a lot better.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's awkward, really.
Oh, it'd be difficult, yeah.
Well, it is, but you've just got to basically sort of think what you want to say.
Okay.
And that's how it works. And, you know, I mean, it's hard to explain to you. One of these days I might get Peter to come along and have a yarn with you, because Peter's the one who's really in charge of the trance condition with Douglas.
Sure.
And he's the boy to sort of talk to, but he's not exactly a boy anymore, I might add.
No.
But he's a very bright soul, and he's got much light.
He sounds.
But there's a mob here tonight.
Oh, Peter was saying.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
Yeah,
and there's a mob here tonight, and it is getting bigger, you know.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
You have to start charging them to come in. I think we could make a good quid here.
That's right.
Of course, you don't have quids anymore now, do you?
No, we don't.
In my
It's
day,
all
we had
changed.
quids and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, you've gone all American.
Oh, I know. It's a shame.
Yeah, dollars and cents.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
We should have
crikey.
had the
I
shillings.
don't know if I can get my head around that one. You get so used to working with a certain type of money, you know.
Yeah, I still haven't learnt the metric, Jim, which is
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, there's no money over here.
which is good, isn't it?
No, it's wonderful. You know, nobody worries about going broke or worrying about paying the bills. There's none of that.
No, it sounds wonderful.
Well, it's a, you know, I remember I said to you last week, I think, that, you know, when we were talking about when you come over our side,
Yeah,
the feeling, the first feeling, I think, if I recall,
yes.
was one of great freedom.
Yes, you said that, yeah.
And it's like a wonderful, incredible release
Wonderful.
from Earth, from the earthly energy, you know, like the
Yeah.
worries of the world and all the problems that you have in your life with your family and money and so on, and
So you actually
cars
feel that.
breaking down and... Sorry, love?
Sorry, so you actually have that amazing feeling when you...
Oh, yeah, it's the most incredible, blissful feeling of freedom.
Right.
Because
Wonderful.
you get this... Well, it's something you can't describe, because
No.
it's not so much mental as spiritual, and it's hard to explain to you.
Yeah.
But once your spirit body's free
Yes.
from the earthly vibration, you know,
Yes.
there's this incredible sense of freedom.
Right.
And, you know, the realisations start sort of dawning on you one after the other like waves, you know, like...
Right.
But the first thing you get, basically it's what I got anyway, was
Yes.
this wonderful sense of freedom.
Isn't that wonderful?
And, yeah, that's all I can tell you really, but it's like everything's just been thrown off your back.
That's
You know, like for instance, like you're walking along with a huge weight on your back, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and then someone comes along and just cuts the straps with the scissors, and it
Yeah.
goes plonk on the ground, and that feeling of freedom.
Absolutely.
Well, that would probably be a minuscule part of what you feel, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the most incredible feeling of looseness and freedom.
It
And it's a
sounds-
spiritual thing. It's a
Yeah.
sort of inner feeling, you know. It's not so much mental as inner.
Okay.
Hard to
Yeah.
describe.
No, but you were saying that, and you were saying about the lightness, you know, the lightness. You
Yeah,
feel
lightness
so
of
light.
being. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
best way I can
yeah.
describe it. And
No,
the feeling that, you know, you go to take off and you feel like you're floating on air.
Which is just amazing.
You know,
Yeah.
because where you want to go somewhere, you just think it and you go.
Yes, that's just, yeah.
As,
I
you
see
know,
that.
like travel companies over here go broke, lovey. You know, they'd be absolutely bankrupt.
And it was mentioned that you could think where you want to live.
Yes.
Is that right? And that's
Yes.
just a,
Well, to some extent you earn that.
okay.
Yeah, I have to say that. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it'd be wonderful if you could come over here and you say, all right, well, I'll have a 6-story mansion, you know, with all, I'll have a couple of pools and,
Yeah,
you know, I'll have a great big penthouse or something. That'd be
Yeah.
all very nice, wouldn't it? But no, not that simple.
No.
But yes, after a time you can create with your mind your surroundings.
Okay.
But of course you've got to earn that.
Sure.
And of course, whether you've earned it or not depends on your earth life.
Right.
And this is the catch, you see.
Yes.
If you've led a good life and you've tried to give help when needed, and, you know, the golden rule, do unto others.
Yes.
If you follow that in your life, you can't go much wrong, lovey.
I can understand.
And,
yeah.
you know, if you're unselfish, that's a big one. You
Right.
know, lessons of the karma, as they call it, you know,
Yeah.
trust,
Right.
forgiveness, there's a big one.
It is,
Oh,
yes.
some people can't forgive, you know.
Yeah, it can be
They've
hard.
been hurt, you know, and they say, well, I've forgiven them, but I'll never forget them.
Yeah, I
But in
know.
that case, they ain't forgiven them.
That's right.
They got conditions on it.
Yeah.
It's got to be unconditional forgiveness, you know.
Right.
You've got to just throw it right off your soul.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you can develop those sort of attitudes and sort of criteria,
Yeah.
oh, another big word for James,
There you go.
you know, you'll be fine,
Yeah.
and you will reach a stage where, you know, you will learn to develop up to a level that you've earned.
Right.
you see. And in most cases, if you're a good person, they'll basically, I can tell you a little secret. Well, it's not a secret anymore, is it? Because I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
But, yeah, well, it's something not many people realise, put it to you that way.
Sure.
But, yeah, when you come over, quite often, you know, they've already got somewhere that they've built for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, by your earth life, you see.
Right.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know, if you've led a good life and tried to be unselfish and forgive people, you know, and so on, and you know, I mean, and you've always your motive. That's important to us.
Okay.
You know, not what you do, but why you do it.
And like intention and unintentional.
Yeah, but you can't go up and kill someone and say, well, I had a good motive, you know. I mean, it's no good trying to fool us that way, lovey. I mean, you know, we can see through that one, can't we?
That's
But, yeah, no, most people are actually creating the conditions, you see, they're going to move into when they come over to us.
Okay.
And quite frequently, you know, we have a nice little place for them. We know what they like.
Right.
You know, and if they've done a lot of good in their life, and it isn't always people that are famous, lovey.
No, I understand.
And of course, in some respects, that's a bit of a drawback to the growth of the soul, because sometimes things come a bit easy.
Yes, I know.
And not that your life has to be hard,
No.
but you've got to move through certain lessons, and this is basically what I've been told, you know, what I've learned from coming over here.
Yes.
You've got to move through certain experiences and have in life the light and the shade.
Okay.
And then generally, you know, you'll get people who will reach a stage where their inner growth is such that, you know, they're on a better level, and generally they have a reasonably good life. But, you know, becoming wealthy isn't always a good thing, you know, because sometimes the lessons stop, you see. It's too easy.
Right.
And quite often, you know, sometimes it will continue on. Like you'll often find a lot of very wealthy people will still have heartache and hardship in their lives in other ways.
Yes, yeah.
You know, because that sort of is decreed by what they've lived before and so on, you know.
Sure.
That's my understanding.
So it can go over a few lives, Jim?
Well, yeah, my understanding is my helpers that are here have talked quite openly about reincarnation.
Yes.
I'm not aware of it myself.
No, no.
You know, and maybe one day I will be, but I've talked to people who have come to see me and talk to me, and they tell me about it.
Right.
And they say, well, it's only going to happen when you reach a certain level, James.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Right.
And an awareness level. But let's face it, lovey, I mean, when I was in the earth, I mean, I was a boilermaker's assistant, and I didn't know anything about spirituality or reincarnation or even religion was sort of, you know, to me it was all a load of old codswallop.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Well, that hasn't changed. I still reckon it is.
Well, that's true.
But I found out now that it is, for sure.
Absolutely.
But the whole point is that, you know, I wasn't sensitive to those kind of issues.
No, no.
You know, I was just cruising along and being a hard worker for my family and so on, and coming home needing a good bath and, you know,
Yes.
living my life.
Yeah, and it's a lot for people to understand, try and understand, isn't it, Jim?
Well, you know, it wasn't I just wasn't up to that level, lovey. You know, and I suppose now I know more now than I've ever learned in my earth life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've learned more since I've been here than I've ever learned in my whole life. And, you know, but I've had different teachers come to me, you know, when I'm here, and they talk about reincarnation quite openly.
Okay.
And they have told me that, you know, a lot of a person's life is sometimes decreed by what they've done before.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like you do earn certain things.
Sure.
And for people, you know, like even in some spiritualist circles and generally sort of, you know, esoteric type stuff, you know, groups and that, you know, a lot of people get envious and get jealous of different ones, and, you know, like mediums and that, they have this problem with jealousy and ego, and there's no need for any of that, because look, I can tell you that, you know, a person who's a good medium and has many of the gifts, as we call them, of the spirit, well, they've earned that.
Absolutely.
There's nothing willy-nilly in our life, lovey. I mean, you know, you come into the sort of earth world already sort of with all that sort of inherent within you.
Yes.
And it's just got to be brought out and fine-tuned, and it's got to unfold, you know.
Sure.
And, you know, people get envious and jealous, but, you know, like, and I've heard Douglas say this sometimes in the past too, that, you know, if people knew what that soul had been through
Yes.
in previous lifetimes to gain those sort of gifts,
Absolutely.
you know, well, they wouldn't want to go.
No,
they
that's
wouldn't
right.
want it. They just
Absolutely.
want it on a plate. They don't want the hard yakka,
Yeah, that's right.
you know.
Gosh, and so and the same goes, does it, for people that have been pretty bad in a past life, have got to work through that
Oh, yeah.
lesson
Oh,
in
yeah.
the next life.
You know, I mean, it all levels itself out. But, yes, they have to compensate for that.
Okay.
You know, and there's different forms of compensation. I mean, we don't get the whip out and, you know,
No.
or put them in the blocks or anything.
Understand.
But, you know, we've got to try and get them to work on themselves.
Yes.
And understand that, you know, they're just not doing the right thing to help themselves grow.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
And I'll put it to you this way, that if, you know, they've done some things they should really not have done, well, then they're very limited within the scope of what they can achieve.
Oh, okay.
Until they reach a certain point in their soul growth, you see,
Sure.
where they can rise above that.
Okay.
So basically, you know, you are creating your future right now whilst you're on the earth.
Right.
And that's the thing that, you know, we like to get through to people.
Yes.
You know, and that's the reason. And all the great spiritual teachers that have been to the earth, and, you know, they've told me this too, that they all come with a simple message, but a very profound one.
Right.
And they're all basically saying the same thing.
Right.
But people don't listen, they don't take any notice, they say, oh, that's nice, ain't it, you know?
Yeah.
And they just forget all about it.
Right.
But there are
Okay.
basic fundamental sort of rules to live by, you know.
Yes.
And if you live by those, and most of us know them, you know,
Right.
like, you know, you try to be a good person, as I said, do unto others, as
Yeah.
you would have them do unto you. And,
Right.
you know, I mean, you know, if you live a good life that way, and your motives are always good, sometimes you might upset a few people in your life, but, you know, if you didn't do it willingly,
Yes.
well, you ain't got a problem.
Oh, well, that's good.
Sometimes people are sensitive, you know,
Yeah.
and they can take things the wrong way,
Yeah, I know.
you know. And other times, you know, they might be a bit touchy about something and you don't realise it, and you step
Yeah.
on a few toes here and there.
Yeah.
We are, we're all human.
Yeah.
But, you know, you basically, if you go through life, well, you know, you're creating the conditions for exactly where you go. And, of course, that's a common thing. Most people in the spiritualist movement, anyway,
Right.
know that from
Yeah.
the teachings that have come through over the years, you see.
Sure. Yes.
They all know that you're creating the conditions for the life, you know, that's to come.
Yes.
So, you know, getting back to our initial sort of discussion, yes, you know, they will be preparing a house, you know, for you,
Right.
depending on, you know, what you've earned.
Okay. Oh, well, that's really
And,
interesting.
you know, there's the old story, you know, that's been sort of bandied about a bit, but, you know, there was a very wealthy man, you know, came into our world, little
Yes.
story for you here,
Oh, great.
with a few other people, you see.
Yeah.
And the wealthy man was standing there, and he had riches, you know, galore when he was on the earth.
Yeah.
And he thought he was pretty important, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, one lady came up to the spirit guide,
Yeah.
and he said, well, we've got your house over here, lovey. He said, just come with me. And they all went walking down beside the river.
Right.
And there was this lovely home, you know, beautiful place with a lovely garden,
Yeah.
little birds singing in the trees, and beautiful bushes and flowers everywhere.
Yeah.
And she said, she said, if I earned that. And he said, yes, you have, lovey. That's what you've earned in your earth life.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so she went inside and she was very happy. And then he said, okay, now you come with me, lovey. So the rich man went down with another person. And they
Yeah.
said, now this is your home. And it was a beautiful place. It was
Right.
right on top of a mountain, you know.
Yeah.
And oh, it was glorious. Had beautiful views and wonderful rainbows in the sky. And
Wow.
everything was there. All the animals were there and everything. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And he said, have I earned that? And he said, yes, you have.
Wow.
Anyway, then he comes to the rich man and he says, okay, mate, come with me.
Right.
Down to the river again we'll go. And he takes him down to this old tin shed.
Right.
And he says, that's yours there, mate. And the rich man looks at him and says, what? Well, how come the others got all that fantastic places? I'm rich and wealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said, you never done anything good with it, did you?
Right.
He said, that's what you've earned. That's yours there, mate, the tin shed.
Oh, no.
He said, and when you figure out a few things and work on yourself, he said, maybe you'll get one up like up on the hill there.
Okay.
A bit of a story for you.
Yeah, no, I
Hey,
understand. It's a good story.
it's been bandied around a bit.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, but it sort of serves to illustrate to you, lovey, what I'm talking about.
Yes, Jim, no,
and that's true to some extent, you know.
I understand. Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, it's mentioned in the Bible too, I might add.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm a biblical person, but, you know,
Yeah.
it has been, and it's mentioned in a lot of other books and things that, you know,
Sure.
there's all sorts of sayings and things,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
that we
that's
have, you know, in our earth life to do with that.
Yes.
You know, as you sow, so shall you reap, and all this
That's exactly
stuff.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, how'd I know that? I can see your thought.
I know.
Yeah, we live in the world of mind.
Yes, that's amazing.
You're transparent to us, lovey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watch what you're thinking.
I know.
When you're around old James,
Yeah.
or any of us for that matter, see, we get your thoughts all the time.
Okay.
Oh, we don't
okay.
judge you.
Oh, well, that's good. Jim.
Well, all been there, done that.
That's good.
You know, but no, it's
Yeah.
true, isn't it? I mean, you know, these are things that you perhaps need to think about, you know, and
Absolutely.
it helps people to understand they've got to lead a better life, you know.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of people are very selfish and, you know, they're very sort of into themselves and very egotistical.
Exactly.
And, you know, they get a sense of importance about themselves, which is so false.
Yes, yeah.
And, you know, they come over to our side and they think they're very important and very special and, you know, they're just found wanting. They've just got no inner growth. And it's
Yeah.
very sad, really.
Well, I guess it would be hard for them because it'd be hard for them to adapt, wouldn't it? Really?
Well, it is, and it takes some time, and some of them get quite hoity-toity, you know.
Oh, really?
You know, I'm Lady So-and-so or Lord Muck or something, you know.
Yeah.
And they say, listen, sport, we don't care who you are. You're all the same here.
That would
And,
certainly
you know, I mean,
yeah.
you know, it depends on what you are, not who you are.
Okay.
That's the bottom line, lovey.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah, so it's all very
wonderful.
interesting, but
It
our
is.
criteria for life and for living
Yeah.
is far different to what's on the earth, because you see, really, you know, you got the bull by the horns, as they say, because
Right.
it's all round the wrong way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and everybody's seeking material gain and material goods and so on,
Right.
trying to get more money or, you know, keep
Yeah.
up with the Joneses, and only creating stress in their life, but not just in their physical life and in
No.
their physical body.
Yeah.
They're actually creating stress in their spiritual life as well.
Yes, well,
They don't realise that.
no, I mean, the emotions would cause that to be a part of it.
Oh,
wouldn't it?
yeah, emotions, you know,
Yeah.
they're all part of you, lovey.
Yeah.
But, you
no.
know, realisation, having the sort of inner realisations of life itself and looking into yourself and seeing, you know, how you can be a better person, they're the things that count.
Yes.
A lot of rough nuts, as we call them, they got good hearts, you know.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
we don't look at the exterior. As they
No.
say, you can't judge a book by its cover, lovey.
No, that's absolutely.
We look at the inner person. We don't worry about what's on the outside. And,
No.
you know, some so-called rough nuts have got hearts of gold.
Oh, yes, they have.
And they're the kind of people that will, you know, they come over here and they're okay. They're
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, well, that's
They've
good.
got some growth there, you know, and they've got quite a bit of light. And a lot of them get quite surprised
Oh, I bet.
that they are so advanced because, you know, they look back and think, but the problem is, you see, that their criteria
Yeah.
is the criteria of the earth.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, they're
it's
very
nothing to do
grand.
with us.
No.
We're on a totally different level, lovey.
Yeah.
And it's all very interesting, but I've got to go.
Oh,
They're telling me
okay,
they
Jim.
want to get on with things and
Okay, Jim.
pull some power from the medium, some energy.
Right.
And the kids are going crazy here. They're telling me to be quiet, Uncle Jim. They want to come into the room
Oh.
and, you know, I'm getting
Yeah.
a hurry up from everywhere
Oh,
here.
dear,
So I've got
I
to
was
go,
thinking-
lovey. I might
okay.
catch you later or come through for you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Jim.